A war too long. Once upon a time, in a distant world, there were two neighboring lands named Tiddoz and Iltzor. These places were so close that they shared almost everything: their language, their beliefs, and even their traditions. Yet an old quarrel had driven them apart, giving rise to an endless war. No one remembered the cause of this discord, but the battles had created a chasm between the two peoples. In both Tiddoz and Iltzor, children grew up learning the art of war. Boris, Anastassia, Nikita, Vassili, Svetlana, and Dimitri were no different. Born in Tiddoz, they were raised with the belief that the inhabitants of Iltzor were their enemies. In Iltzor, children carried the same burden of distrust and resentment. Childhood games, rather than being innocent and joyful, reflected the conflict, sometimes bordering on hatred. One day, while playing near the border that separated Tiddoz from Iltzor, Boris and his friends made an astonishing discovery. A gap in the fence, hidden by bushes, offered a secret passage between the two worlds. Driven by curiosity, they decided to explore it. On the other side, they met children from Iltzor, just as surprised by this encounter. What began with wary looks quickly turned into conversations. They discovered that they had much in common, sharing the same games, the same stories, and even the same dreams. Distrust gave way to friendship, and they began to meet in secret, learning from each other and sharing their hopes for a future without war. Aware that they could not keep this friendship secret forever, the children devised a bold plan to end the war. They organized a large meeting between the children of Tiddoz and Iltzor at a secret location on the border. Their idea was simple yet powerful. If children could forge friendships beyond prejudices, perhaps adults could learn from them. On the appointed day, hundreds of children from Tiddoz and Iltzor gathered. They shared games, laughter, and even meals prepared together. Stories of their families, their dreams, and their hopes intertwined, creating an unbreakable bond between them. News of this meeting spread like wildfire, reaching the ears of adults. Confronted with the innocence and wisdom of their children, the leaders of Tiddoz and Iltzor were moved to the core. Peace talks were initiated, guided by the spirit of unity that the children had rekindled. After months of discussions, a peace treaty was signed, ending years of conflict. The borders were opened, and the peoples of Tiddoz and Iltzor celebrated their new fraternity together. The children, heroes of this saga, were honored for their courage and vision. Years passed, and peace flourished. The children of Tiddoz and Iltzor grew up as friends, sharing their lives, their cultures, and their dreams. The war became a distant memory, a dark chapter in their shared history that they vowed never to repeat. Boris, Anastassia, Nikita, Vassili, Svetlana, and Dimitri, now adults, watched their own children play together without a shadow of conflict. They knew that peace was a fragile treasure, but they had also learned that friendship and understanding could build indestructible bridges. Together, they had paved the way for a better future. A world where war would be just an echo, a reminder of what must never happen again. And so, the peoples of Tiddoz and Iltzor lived in harmony, sharing a precious lesson. Even the longest of wars could end with the hope and unity carried in the hearts of the youngest.